Good morning. Today, I want to look at the disappointment expressed by the US Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, following Hamas's rejection of a new ceasefire proposal intended to secure the hostages. This moment underscores not just the intricacies of Middle Eastern democracy, but the formidable obstacles posed by entrenched positions on all sides. The specific question, orchestrated with Egyptian mediation, envisaged an initial 48-hour ceasefire as a stepping stone for broader negotiations, and during this period Hamas was expected to release 4 hostages considered to fall under humanitarian considerations: women, the elderly, or the infirm. In return, Israel was intending to open the path to discussions for more substantial ceasefire over the next 12 days. Yet the fragility of this proposal lies in its foundational assumptions. For Israel, accepting the deal meant confronting complex security implications, particularly relating to maintaining a military presence in strategic corridors, and Prime Minister Netanyahu's conditions for Israeli troop presence in the Philadelphia and the Netzarim corridors highlighted Israel's priority of sustaining operational leverage in Gaza, even while negotiations continued. This nuance has not been lost on Egypt and Qatar, who, while mediating, noted Israel's stringent demands as contributing factors to the prolonged stalemate. The US, represented at the moment still by Secretary of State Blinken, emphasized disappointment over Hamas's categorical rejection. Blinken pointedly noted that Hamas's refusal to release even a limited number of hostages was hindering relief efforts for Gaza's embattled civilian population and prolonging conflict-driven humanitarian crises. This rejection further compounds an impasse that has stymied both military and diplomatic efforts to curb hostilities. It also signals a profound refusal by Hamas to abandon its strategic aims unless the conditions overwhelmingly favor its position, namely a complete Israeli withdrawal so they can regroup, a concession Israel considers untenable as it would compromise its broader counter-terrorism objectives. Parallel to this, we see CIA Director Bill Burns engaging with Mossad leadership in Qatar to discuss potential ceasefire mechanisms and illustrating a high-stakes dialogue involving not only military might but calculated diplomatic maneuvering. This approach has been paralleled by attempts to stabilize northern tensions through prospective deals in Lebanon, aiming to push Hezbollah back away from border areas. Yet, as underscored by Blinken's dialogue with Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati, the complexities of achieving peace extend beyond a simple truths. The ongoing violence marked by the Israeli Defense Forces' intense operations in Jabalia and broader northern Gaza aligns with Israel's commitment to eroding Hamas's stronghold, an objective seen as essential to national security. Unfortunately, Blinken's remarks serve as a reminder of the intractable nature of this conflict, the humanitarian plight of the hostages, Israel's security concerns, Netanyahu's bellicosity, and the interplay of mediation by regional actors all converge into a theatre where compromise seems remote. Until either side softens its conditions, an overarching ceasefire may remain a fantasy, as one Israeli put it, not a crumb, not a sliver, just distant. The task now lies in discerning whether diplomatic persistence can yield incremental gains, or if military realities will continue to dictate the grim status quo. With Trump's victory, it seems highly likely that the latter is the reality for the foreseeable future. Trump seems to, in the same way that he seems to want a ceasefire, a unilateral ceasefire in Ukraine, he seems to want Netanyahu to continue. And what Trump wants at the moment seems to be what Trump gets.